Every year, South African women fight to break down the barriers of entrenched gender and patriarchal biases. South Africa has one of the world's highest rates of violent crimes and has long been known as the rape capital of the world. According to the South Africa's Demographic and Health Survey 2016 statistics, 1 in 5 South African women older than 18 experience gender-based violence. These statistics raised concerns that the government of South Africa was doing little to address what activists have called a war against women. Femicide came at the forefront in 2017 with the brutal murder of 22-year-old Karabo Mokoena, and her burnt body was found in the fields in North Johannesburg a day after she went missing.
The biggest challenge in our country is that we talk, and nothing happens. And 6 months down the line, what happens? There's another man who kills a woman. There's another man who assaults a woman. So now, what we must do as men, we must stand up and go to government and start changing certain laws.
In neighboring Zimbabwe, a Human Rights Watch report showed women were evicted and dispossessed by in-laws when their husbands pass away, in a custom that has gone unchecked and unpunished for decades. While Zimbabwe's 2013 constitution protects the rights of women to own and inherit property, existing laws do not technically apply to widows in customary unions, which is the nature of the majority of marriages.
This has traumatized me so much and has now affected my health. I cannot eat or sleep. Fighting my in-laws in court has been expensive too. My lawyers need $300 for every service. I had to sell the remaining vehicles to pay the lawyer. I now live in fear of my life because of the threats and harassment I face every day.
In Liberia, it was the end of an era when the first African female head of state, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, stepped down after the end of 2 terms in office. Many hoped that Sirleaf would herald a win for women across the continent, but analysts say her legacy left mixed feelings. Nobel Peace Prize laureate and women's activist Lime Gbowe says the outgoing president hasn't done enough to advance women's rights.
Education, health, and justice issue for women. Those are the 3 things that I would personally say we haven't really gotten down.
In Kenya, women politicians fought to raise women representation and visibility in politics during the 2017 polls. Member of Parliament Paris Tobiko and politician Sarah Korere are some of the few women in political office in Kenya.
It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, women don't have a say. And I thought I could become a voice and encourage others to come out and speak and encourage them to really make their free choices and also be able to give direction to society.
There have been 4 years of, very rough and very tough times for me. And at times I was even threatened that my vehicle will be shot at. And actually one time my vehicle was shot at a place called Olmoran. But that has not yet stopped me.
Turning to Somalia, 24-year-old Nasra Haji Hussein defied stereotypes by becoming the first female car mechanic in Mogadishu. At just 18, she had to start providing for her family after her mother fell ill and her father was too old to work.
I repair different types of cars, luxury cars, bulletproof cars and pickups. Sometimes I service trucks when they are brought to the garage.
Attitudes towards the role and place of women in the African society continue to be challenged across the continent. Beryl Oro, CGTN.